when I am before a particular person, I become oriented towards this, and rest of the time I'm not. This is the problem. When I analyze, this is the problem we face. It is only for some time we are there, rest of the time we are back to our usual self and our self-created world. Even this very word can help us to go towards watcher, watching the watcher. The whole thing starts because of the watcher is there, The watcher has identified the watcher. The watcher, to know that he is having a process called watching. So let us try to concentrate upon who that watcher is. So this source, this is very important for all of us. Sadhakas, we are only praying that you make us to experience this. There are so many slogas by which Shiva Bhagavad Gita is giving us he is the source, he is the source, he is the source. Today we have already gone through that, but now that this question has been asked, we will try to go through it again, because we are in search of that, the sense of individuality who feels this question is trying to understand the source from which the sense of individuality has come, emerged. So God is the original cause, the inseparable cause and effect, a profound truth. Without a cause, there can be no effect. The effect is nothing but the cause taking on different forms. If the cause is removed, the effect ceases to exist, revealing its inherent nothingness. Thus, the cause is ever present, concurrent with the effect. Consider mud and pots. Without mud, pots cannot exist. Pot is nothing but mud shaped in various forms. If you take away the mud, what remains? Nothing. This proves that mud is the essence of all, pots inseparable, ever present. Now expand this truth to the vast creation. Without the subtle and mysterious power, the first cause, the supreme intelligence we call God, Atman, Brahman, nothing can exist. The entire creation is simply that infinite power manifesting in countless forms. Theoretically, because we cannot remove that we are that. We cannot, theoretically only we can say that. Because when the mud is removed from the pot, mud still exists, Mud, when we say when the mud is removed from the pot, there is nothingness. But actually it is not like that. The pot form has gone, but mud is still there. So that means it is always there. Nothing happens to that mud. And if we remove this power, all existence dissolves into nothingness. Therefore, this divine presence is inherent and ever present in all that is. So rational, That is why nature and intelligence behind all creature comforts have never assigned ownership. We start realizing all these truths. Air, sunlight, water, abundance of all creature comforts are freely available. Yet man, unaware of this fundamental truth, confines himself within a small circle of me and mine, leading to stress, conflict, and loss of peace and bliss. So realizing this truth dissolves the illusion of separation and unveils the eternal harmony that pervades all. Srimad Bhagavad Gita in a few slokas brings out the primordial cause in a simple manner. Not one or two. There are so many times the Lord has repeated it. Because this is the fundamental one. The same idea in different chapters. No use of reading that sloga and unless we reflect. Because the problem all of us are facing is when we are studying, we are trying to understand something, objective knowledge. But this is not an objective knowledge, it's a very subject. The one who is prompting us to go through the slogas and trying to understand is what we are trying to understand. So this is the most difficult, mostly difficult stage we are passing through. The subject, the watcher. We are trying to put him as an object, which can never be, So that is why Papa said reflection. 2-3 days back he said, contemplation, meditation and absorption. All these lead to that. So in chapter number 7, sloka number, Etat Bhutani. Knowing that all living beings are manifested by these two energies of mine, I am the source of the entire creation, and into me it again dissolves. Why are we going through these slokas? Because we have to study our own source, where from we have come. So it is not a effort to correct some more knowledge, no. Somehow to put us on the path, to set ourselves on a process we are trying. And he is guiding us now, go to these slokas. Know that all living beings are manifested by these two energies of mind. Chapter number 7, sloga number 6. Etat yonini bhutani sarvani tyupadaraya aham krishnasya jagata prabhava pralayastata. These two Prakriti are the womb of our beings. So I am the source and dissolution of the whole universe. Previously he explained about the para and apara nature. The lower and the higher. These two have come from them. It is manifested through. If matter were not there, the latent dynamism in the spirit will not find a field for its expression. We are all that field of creation. If we are not, how will we know? So the lower nature and higher nature both are necessary. We have not realized him, so we can call ourselves as the lower nature. If matter were not there, the latent dynamism in the spirit will not find a field for its expression. The matter in itself, in its inertness, will not be able to express itself through the filament in the bulb manifests as light. Without the bulb, the light in the electricity cannot manifest itself, nor can the bulb smile for the light without the electrical current flowing through it. The bulb is the equipment functioning through which electricity expresses itself as light. Similarly, the spirit, when it comes to function through the five layers of matter, discovers for itself a field to express its own potentialities. So we are chanting, Ram stands for that. Papa names it as subtle and mysterious power. So we are chanting to remember him. Remember the source from which we ourselves have come. And not only we, the entire creation. So we have been told first to realize within, then only we will be able to realize without. But somehow we have been trying, we have not. So now, what we at the moment he prompts us is, let us also simultaneously try. When we look at a plant, a flower plant, or a tree, instead of seeing only that, it is in the form of the flower plant or the tree, no doubt. The form is there, distinct from the other forms. Accept it. But there is a life force. Where from it originated, we try to see that. The first origin. After that, it must have got multiplied, self-propagated. So during our waking time, whenever we happen to see any object, the watched, we will try now to understand, oh, it has also come from that. Oh, it has also come from that. We repeat. Not that we have realized, but we know this technically, yeah, it is come. And the next slogan he says that Matta Paradaram Nanyad Kinjitasti Dhananjaya Mai Sarvam Idam Prodam Sutre Maniganaiva. There is nothing whatsoever higher than me, O Dhananjaya. All this is strung on me as clusters of gems on a string. So when Papa says go to your source, these will all help us. When you open the first chapter of Glimpses of Divine Vision, you will see these words. Go to the origin of your and the world life. So with this background, when we chant, probably we might be able to go a little more further. Not that whatever we have chanted is a waste, no. It has helped us to know that, because remembering. Remembering of whom? Remembering of the source from which we ourselves have come. If that should be clear. And the next sloka, chapter number 7, 9. Punyo gandha prithivyam cha tejaschasmi bhavaso jivanam sarvabhudeshu tapaschasmi taposh. This is very clear cut. He says, I am the sweet fragrance in the earth and the brilliance in the fire, the life in our beings, and I am austerity in the austere. Life, that we are sure now. We are existing because of the life force now. So that life force, he says, I am that. Jivanam sarvabhuteshu. That which remains in a substance from beginning to the end, certainly and ever, without which the thing cannot ever remain, it identity is called. So this particular line, I am the pure fragrance of the earth, the brilliance in fire. I am the life force in all beings, and the penance of the ascetics. And again, in the next, Bijam Mam Sarva Bhutana Vidhi Partha Sanatanam Buddhivatamasmi Tejas Tejasvi Rama. I am the eternal seed of all beings. I am the intellect of the intelligent and the splendor of the glorious. Then comes chapter number 9, 18. He keeps on repeating so that he knows we have not understood. We have only understood, we have only learned by heart this sloga. But what happens to us? Ninth, 18th slogas. गतिर्भर्ता प्रभु साक्षी निवास शरणं सुहृदे प्रभव प्रलय स्थानं निदानं बीजम अव्ययम. Descriptive, I am the supreme goal of all living beings. I am also their sustainer. All supreme beings, all living beings. And I am also their sustainer, master, witness, abode, shelter, friend. I am the origin, end, resting place of creation. I am the repository and eternal seed. Merely repeat his whole seed, we may not be able to understand. So, everything. Now we realize that not only that we are there, all other things are also there. So our sadhana is not gaining momentum probably because we still feel that he is something which is not there in everything. When he says, I am the supreme goal of all living beings, I am also their sustainer, master, witness, abode, sustainer, shelter, friend. I am the origin, end, and resting place of creation. Origin of creation, end of creation, resting place of creation. I am the repository and eternal seed. Nidanam. And the seed avyayam. This particular seed, unlike other seed, this particular seed will not die. Normally when a seed sprouts, the seed dies. But here the seed does not die because it is not an object. All other things are objects. Then from there when we move to the 10th chapter, Sarvasya Prabho. Matta Sarvam Pravartate. Iti Matva Vadantevam. Udar Bhava Samanvita. I am the source of all. I am the origin of all creation. Everything proceeds from me. The wise who know this perfectly worship me with great faith and devotion. I am the source of all. From me everything evolves. Understanding thus, the wise endowed with the loving consciousness worship me. Bhava Samanvita. Endowed with meditation. Then again, the 32nd the sloka, 22. Vedanam Samavedosmi Devanam Asmi Vasava. Indriyanam Manashchasmi Bhutanam Asmi Chetana. One more dimension he brings. I am the Samaveda among the Vedas, Indra among the celestial God, among the senses I am the mind. Rest of things we may not understand, but among the senses I am the mind. Among the living beings I am consciousness. All started because we wanted to know the watcher watching, what the watcher, We are trying to get a meaning in it in different ways. Sarganam Adi Andasya. Madhyam Jaivaham Arjuna. Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam Vada Pravadavatvam. Okay. Among creations I am the beginning, the middle, and also the end. Among the creations I am the beginning, the middle, and also the end. Among sciences I am the science of the self. And I am the logic in all arguments. When something strikes to us, if we have understood this correctly, we will never own it for ourselves, Because he is beautifully bringing out one by one something which is related to our daily life. Among creations, I am the beginning, the middle, and also the end. Among sciences, I am the science of the self, Adhyatma Vidya. And I am the logic in all arguments. Again, 10th chapter 39. Yachyavi sarvabhutanam bijam tadaham arjuna natasti vina yasyat maya bhutam charajarama. This gives more light, not only in a particular murti, in a particular place, in a particular time, in a particular object. He emphatically says, Yachyavi, whatsoever is the seed of all being, that also am I. Whatsoever. I am the generating seed of all living beings. No creature, moving or non-moving, can exist without me. have been trying to concentrate on a particular place, particular object, particular form, only to that. But this, demolishes the whole thing. Yachavi sarvabhutana bijam tadaham arjuna na tadasti vina yasyad maya bhudam characharam. Moving and not moving. And again, when we go to chapter number 14, Mamayurir Mahad Brahma, Tasmin Garbham Dadamyaham, Sambhava Sarvabhutanam Tato Bhavati Bharata. Mamayurir Mahad Brahma. My womb is the real Brahman. In it I place the seed. From that, O Bharata, is the birth of all beings. All beings. The pure consciousness Krishna is trying to explain, the one womb from which the entire universe has arisen. On many occasions in our discourses, we have started to explain how the one consciousness, identifying with various layers of matter, has come to manifest itself as different entities with the different potentialities. The one civilly, a prime minister is also a voter, a single voter under the constitution of the country. But a prime minister's powers are a million times more than any average voter can hope for. This omnipotency is gained by his office because the voter in him has been successful in identifying himself with the hearts of the majority of the voters. The Supreme, identified with the subtle vasanas in an individual, becomes an individualized ego as any one of us. If any one of us, a single voter, can renounce his limited tendencies and identify with the total thought life of the universe, the consciousness that identifies with the total mind becomes the Ishvara, Prime Minister. Here in this stanza, in the language of Vedanta, it is said that the total vasanas of the world, meaning the total causal body, is the womb which gets impregnated by the Lord. When life functions on the total causal body, it becomes dynamic and expresses as the total mind intellect, Hiranyagarbha. Elaborate explanation has been given on this. So this how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Apart from this also many are there. At least 11 he comes out in clear cut terms. But he is in spite of reading, knowing, understanding, we still feel him separate, And there are many other slokas. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishtam. So sarvasya chaham, when you say sarvasya, it envelops everything. Sarvasya chaham, 15th chapter, 15th shloka. Sarvasya means of all. Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto matta smriti jnanam apohanam cha च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृद्वेदविदेवताहम्. I am seated in the hearts of all. From me are memory, knowledge as well as their absence. I am verily that which has to be known in all the Vedas. I am indeed the author of the Vedanta, and the knower of the Vedas am I.
Swamiji, then all this ignorance is also him only.
Eh?
Ignorance.
What is it?
She said ignorance is also him.
Not knowing him is also his play. And he is now asking us to remember him, though he is putting lot of hurdles before us.
But that's not fair.
Eh?
That's not fair, she says.
That is not fair. That also he makes us to say that. that we have to direct this question, that it is not fair to him. I believe the words of masters in Bhagavad Gita, where he says, you are behind everything. But why is it that you are not making me aware of it when you are everything? What is it that made me separate from you? And therefore all things are separate from me. Because I feel if I separate from you, I feel I am separate from everything. So this question we have to turn inward. We cannot get it the answer from outside. If there be thus an infinite omnipotent power that manifests itself as the different things and beings in the world, how can a seeker make his pilgrimage towards it and meet this great divine? Lord Krishna says that he lives in the hearts of all living creatures. Here the heart does not mean the physiological heart, but it is the metaphysical heart. The term heart in philosophy means mind which has been trained to entertain constantly the positive qualities of love, tolerance, mercy, charity, kindness, and the like. A peaceful, joyous mind settled in tranquility, alert, vigilant to receive new messages of the higher inspiration is called the heart. The infinite dwells in the heart means, though he is available everywhere, Lord is most conspicuously self-evident during meditation in the heart of the meditator. All these things around me is making us so that our Ramnam chanting will become effective. Our effort to remember him through Ramnam chanting will become more and more effective. And the moment we open our eyes and deal with men and matters, we will also try to see, I am told is Sarvasya Cha. You are there in anything and everything. Why are you not making me to feel that? You are there without name and form, you are also there with name and form. If you feel I cannot go on beyond certain level without hanging on the name and form, why don't you please help me with your own name and form? You chose to bring out these through a form only, It does not come from a formless. The form of Lord Krishna. So make me to feel the formless through the form as a stepping stone. How many times you have repeated in this song Celestial, Not only in these for 7 or 8, so there are so many. If you start digging it, you will find. Same is echoed in different shlokas. And in one shloka, he has condensed everything. Brahma. Just think about that. And when we understand this, it becomes very clear why Papa is universal love and service based upon the vision of divinity in everybody. It's not a social service, not viewing it from the individual angle. I help somebody who is in distress. No. God is giving me an opportunity. He gave me a human birth. He gave me an opportunity to serve Him through this form. The whole thing changes. This is called universal love and service, based upon the mission of divinity. As we enter the centenary hall, we will see a board there, and in that board, this message, which is there in the vision of God, the last portion, Anandashram. There he mentioned, these are the words he uttered on the inauguration of Anandashram on 15th May 1931. We must have gone through the words again and again, but have we understood? Universal love and service based upon the vision of divinity in everybody. So when he said Brahmarpanam, that particular slogan, fourth chapter, 24th shloka. Normally when we eat, this will be chanted. Unknowingly, unwittingly, we are limiting to that particular time. Brahman is the operation, Brahmarpanam. Brahman is the clarified factor, etc. Brahmarpanam, Brahmagnavu, Brahmanabhudam. Brahmagnavu is the fire of Brahman. And Bhudam it is offered. Brahmayeva Gandhavyam. Gandhavyam shall be reached. We can reach that Brahma Karma Samadhya by the man who is absorbed in action, which is Brahman. This is a famous prayer which is used throughout India as a prayer at the tables before the Indians take their daily bread. Although today 90% of those who are chanting before their meal do not understand or care to follow the meaning of it. All the same, the couplet means infinite suggestions. The infinite reality, which is the changeless substratum behind and beneath the changing panorama of the world, is indicated by the Vedic term Brahman, and this is contrasted with the aspect of truth. The Atma is Brahman. So the metaphor is borrowed from the very well-known divine ritualism of the Veda, the Yajnas. In every Yajna, there are four unavoidable essential factors. The deity invoked to whom the oblations are offered, the fire in which the offerings are poured, the material things that constitute the offerings, and the individual who is performing the Yajna. Say this. If we try to concentrate on this particular slogan, then it becomes clear to us what Papa means by universal love and service based upon the vision of divinity. To whom I am offering, that is also He. What is being offered, that is also He. Who is offering, that is also He. The deity invoked to whom the oblations are offered, the fire in which the offerings are poured, the material thing that constitute the offering, and the individual who is performing the yajna. Here the stanza explains the mental attitude and the experience of the perfect sage which he performed the yajna. To him truth alone exists, not the delusory plurality which is ignorance and conjured up in his mind. Therefore to him all yajnas rise from Brahman, in which Brahman, the truth, is the performer, offering the Brahman, the material, to the sacred fire, which is also nothing other than Brahman, invoking but Brahman. When one wave jumps out over another and breaks itself up to embrace and become one with its comrade, ocean, broke itself to become one with the ocean. If an individual can thus see the substratum of the essential nature in and through all names and forms, from actions and behaviors to him, irrespective of all conditions around every being and thing, reminds him but the infinite blissful truth. Such actions performed by a saint, invoking ever no other deity other than Brahman. All these actions dissolve away because he is invoking but the truth through all his actions. The significance of the stanza as a prayer to be said before food is amply self-evident. To live, you must eat. Food is an unavoidable necessity of existence. Whatever be the type of food, when one is hungry, one will enjoy one's meals. The suggestion is that even in this moment of natural enjoyment, we are not to forget the great truth that it is Brahman eating Brahman, and that during our meal we are offering to Brahman the food that is Brahman, invoking nothing but the grace of Brahman. To keep this idea constantly in the mind is to get ourselves perfectly detached from the enjoyment and raise ourselves to a greater and endless beatitude, which is the reward of supermanhood. To this particular shloka, he is the source of all. So he now says, who is now searching? The Bhakta is also there, the Bhagavan is also there. Papa is always in there. And the Bhakta enjoys having the role of a Bhakta. Because he knows only because of the Bhagavan he exists. So we as spiritual children of Papa, we are trying through the triune method, Nam Seva Dhyan, to reach, to become aware of his presence within. That is where we started. Accepting that we have understood everything. But this is the important one, fundamental one. That is what is meant by the word divinity, Universal love and service based upon the vision of divinity in everything. Sarvasya Chaham. So to know that he has given. So now we will try in this way. When we take to this triune path, Nam Dhyan Seva, we will try to bring as much of this dimension as possible. Whenever is possible. In one go we may not be able to. But we will try. Today he is making us by making watch me. Because we are not going to the technical Triputis. We are directly going to the source. There is a watcher there is a watching there, but the watcher is there. So this final sloga says, all these things are him only. Once again, we will close this. Great truth that is Brahman eating Brahman. And that during our meal we are offering to Brahman the food that is Brahman. Invoking nothing but the grace of Brahman. This one particular word is very important. Please note. The suggestion is that even at this moment of natural enjoyment, when we eat, there is a natural enjoyment. The suggestion is that even at this moment of natural enjoyment, we are not to forget the great truth that it is Brahman. It is Brahman eating Brahman. Think. The suggestion is that even at this moment of natural enjoyment, we are not to forget the great truth that it is Brahman eating Brahman, and that during our meal we are offering to Brahman the food that is Brahman, invoking nothing but the grace of Brahman. That is the vision of divinity. So we are praying to Bhagwan, who is seated and who is within us, who is facilitating all these things through one word called watch and watch. How he is intensify our effort to become that everything is He only. Hari Om, Hari Om.